Miraki everyone, I am Nurse Don and welcome to ANP class. In this video, we'll be discussing about the cells. Okay, your chapter 3 is your cell structures and their functions. Okay, what are cells? Okay, what are cells? Your cells is the smallest, is considered as the smallest. It is the smallest functional and structural unit. The smallest functional and structural. Functional and structural. It is the smallest functional and structural unit of an organism. Unit of an organism. It is the smallest functional and structural unit of an organism that can function. Take note. Okay, that can function independently. That can function. Okay, that can function independently. Independently. Oh, buti pa si cells. Smallest man siya, basic unit of life, buti pa siya. Hindi siya umaasa sa iba. Bakit? Maliit siya, pinakamaliit siya, but it can function independently. Hindi siya umaasa sa ibang tao. Charlie, okay. Your cells, okay. Furthermore, your cells, it was discovered by whom? Take note, discovered by Robert. Anong Robert coach ka dyan? Robert? Anong Robert Williams? Robert Hooke. Ano ba yan? Okay, Robert Hooke. It was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1660. 1660. Okay, so cells is the smallest functional and structural unit of an organism that can function independently. Though they are too small, they are the smallest, they can function independently. It was discovered by whom? Robert Hooke. Okay, characteristics of your cells includes, okay, cells are essential. Okay, they are essential, okay, in many things. Just like you're essential in metabolism, okay, essential in metabolism and energy release, okay, and energy release. Okay, so that is one of the characteristics of your cell. Another, okay, as I've said a while ago, cells, okay, cells is the basic, okay, it is the basic unit of life, the basic unit of life. Another characteristic of your cells, as I've discussed in my previous videos, life begins at what level again? Life begins at cellular. Okay, cellular level. Life begins at your cellular level. In which, okay, reproduction takes place. Okay, reproduction, inheritance, okay, activities of your DNA, your inheritance, communication, okay, communication takes place. And the last characteristic is cells, okay, helps in the synthesis of molecules. Synthesis of molecules. Okay, so there you have it. So those are the characteristics of your cells, and as you notice guys, okay, ang napapansin natin dyan, highlight lang natin guys, basahin mo pababa. Meron tayong mnemonic. May mnemonic ako na ginamit dyan, of course. We're discussing your cells, so gagamitin natin mnemonic is your cells. The smallest functional and structural that can independently function. Developed by whom? Robert Hooke. When? In 1660. They're essential in metabolism and energy release. It is actually the basic unit of life. Life begins at not in your atom, not even in your molecules, okay, or even your compounds. It starts or begins at the cellular level. Okay, so that is a small introduction, okay, about your cells. What is important about your cell is you should know the basic functions, their structure, their locations maybe. Okay, your cell theory. Okay, your cell theory, it was given by Schleiden, and sino yung kasama niya, guys? Schwann. Okay, what about your cell theory class? Your cell theory, sorry for that, it's an alarm. Okay, cell theory believes that all organism are made, are made of one or two cells. All organisms are made of one or two cells. Okay, that is according to your cell theory, and according to your cell theory and according to who discovered this, cell is the fundamental unit of all life. Cell, okay, is considered as the fundamental unit of all life. Fundamental unit of all life. Okay, so that is all about your cell theory. Next, your cell structures. Okay, remember that the structures of the cells, all cells have common denominator. All cells have these structures. Okay, they have that common denominator. Okay, all cells have these structures. They have, first, they have your DNA. They have proteins. And of course, the jelly-like substance that holds the organelles, that's your cytoplasm. And the boundary of inside and outside the cell, yes, very good, that is your cell membrane. Okay, that is your cell membrane. Okay, all cells have these structures. They have that common denominator. All cells have DNA, all cells have proteins, all cells have cytoplasm, all cells have cell membrane. Okay, the whole activity of your cell, remember, okay, the whole activity of your cell, what determines the characteristics of the protein, how the protein function is determined, and how about the information in DNA provides the cell. Okay, first, number one, the characteristic of a cell. This is just an overview. A cell's characteristics. Okay, a cell's characteristics are determined. What determines your characteristic of your cells? Okay, are determined by the type. Okay, very good. By the type of proteins produced. They are determined, okay, by the type of proteins that is being produced. Okay, that's number one. Okay, number two, titilaok manok. Okay, number two, the proteins function. Okay, proteins function is determined by, the characteristics of the cell is determined by the type of protein that is being produced. Now, when the protein is produced, okay, protein's function is determined by what? Search the letter G. Genetics. Very good. Okay, it is determined by genetics. And another activity of the cell, information in the DNA. Information in DNA provides the cell with a what? With a code. Very good. With a code. For its, para saan? Cellular processes. For its cellular processes. For its cellular processes. So those are the activity of the cells. Okay? What determines the characteristics of the cell? By the protein that is being produced. The functions of that protein is determined by what? By a genetics. Information in DNA provides a cell what? It provides a code. Okay?